What's up, Coach? I'm Coach Pat, and today I want to quickly take you through 6 proven strategies to continue generating new and fresh, engaging social media content. We work with a ton of coaches at Ubuntu, and well, first off, why is social media important as an online nutrition, health coach, a dietitian, an online PT, or in person, right? You still need social media if you work in person. What it does is it builds a community of engaging followers. It gets your message out there. It shows people who might want to work with you. They might need a coach. It shows them how you operate. It shows them your values. It shows them the information that they can get when they work with you and the journey, right? The results and the journey. Social media gives us all that. And what it does is it turns cold people who aren't following you into warm and even hot leads. I personally generate 90% of my coaching income from social media. I don't sign people through any other means. I don't use ads. Email marketing is one, right? But they ultimately come from social media. That's how they sign up for my email marketing list. So I count those towards social media. But that is basically your hub for generating that community. The biggest challenge we hear constantly from the coaches we work with when it comes to social media isn't making the posts. It's not posting the posts, it's not filming the posts, although they are all challenges and I have tips around those. But it is coming up with fresh ideas, new ideas that are needed to be answered. Those topics need to be answered by your followers. You know, a lot of times we're posting common questions or we're a reel about the ketogenic diet or whatever it is, and you think as the social media influencer, this is what people want to know. And a lot of times we're off base with that, whether it's the topic itself or it's the information you're providing on that topic. Maybe it's too simple, or maybe it's, it's not simple enough. So the biggest thing I want you to take away from this video is whatever you think your audience likes, it's probably not accurate. It might be a little bit accurate, you might be almost there, but you need to get that information from the people following you. And these are 6 ways to get it. So number 1 is to get a notepad or notes on your phone, and every time you are asked a question by the clients you're currently working with or leads, okay, so anytime you do a discovery call, you will get questions on their diet, on the foods they're eating, on supplements, and it's okay to answer a couple of those, right? And then after that you say, hey, you got to pay me for the work I'm doing. Write down every single question you get, and here's why this works. This seems obvious, but here's why it works. These questions are coming from the people you want to sign up. So when you answer those questions on a public forum like social media, you're answering questions from the people that you want to work with. So it's attracting those people. Make sense? Okay, so some ways you do this is simply just have a notebook or notes on your phone, and every time you're asked the questions, whether it's in your app, in the community, and a good way to pull this out of your community is, have weekly Q&As. Right, so if you have a coaching group where all your clients are in together, and I recommend you do, every Sunday, I'm filming this on a Sunday, ask, hey, what are your questions this week, guys? And then you have a bank of questions. Okay? Other ways are when you're having consults with clients, or you're having the discovery calls that I just mentioned, or just in your one-to-one messaging, whether it's through app or WhatsApp or emails with your direct clients. All right, so that's my first tip. My second tip is called social hacking, and I pulled this from Russell Brunson. This is kind of inspired by Russell Brunson's funnel hacking. And that is not copying, but it's basically looking towards coaches that have, flourishing online profiles, social media profiles, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, and just observing what kind of questions they're answering and the way they're going about those questions. And what I mean by that is, you could answer a question on intermittent fasting. That's such a common one. But the way you're answering it might be too complex for the audience you're trying to hit. You might be going straight into like the hormonal changes and the satiety differences in fasting versus non-fasting. And people don't want to know that. They want to know, will I lose weight? So look at coaches, and I recommend look at 5 coach profiles, follow 5 new coaching profiles a day, just 10 minutes in the morning, and gain inspiration, remix that information that they're providing and make it into your own content. This requires no copying, right? And then other things you can do is use the audios. So on Instagram, if you see a reel that just got your attention and it did well, hit the little tile in the bottom right corner, the audio, and then it opens up onto the audio and you say use this audio, post right then and there. Just get a reel up with text. You know what I mean? 5 tips. And I have a bunch more videos coming on, like, you know, how to gain traction with the algorithm, but that's for another day. Okay, so that's social hacking. Okay. Number 3, sorry, I'm just looking at my blog here where I have them all written out. Use online search tools like SEMrush or Answer the Public. Yeah, that's what it is. So these are basically online tools, and you type in a topic, let's say intermittent fasting. We'll use that example for the video. And it'll basically, it'll show you all the common questions that are searched on Google and other search engines. So let's say you type intermittent fasting, it will give you the top ranked questions that are typed in on Google, whether it's intermittent fasting for weight loss, how to do intermittent fasting, what is intermittent fasting? And you basically take that question and you answer it. Okay, so that's as simple as it is. I personally love, and I use this a lot for blog writing, but I also use it for my social media, Answer the Public. It's really cool. You just type it in and then it pops up and it shows you like all the common questions that are typed into search engines. Okay, so number 4, halfway through, review and repurpose old posts. So this is something that always shocks me. If you go into your Instagram analytics and you look at posts that have done really well, and it's not always looking at the likes, it's looking at the comments and the interactions and the saves, right? You'll be surprised at some of the posts that did best. A lot of times they're the things that, you know, you took the least amount of time to make. Personally, for me, I'll put 4 hours into a really detailed carousel with just tons of citations and information. And, you know, it doesn't do as well as a 5-minute throwaway reel I made that just provided 5 really easy and simple tips. So then what you do is you look at the posts and the topics, and I talk about this more in the blog, and the blog's in the link in this in the description. 2 things I want you to gather from the posts that are doing well, okay? And these are 2 avenues you can go down. The topic, okay? So it might just be a really trending topic that people want to know more about. Conversely, it might not be the topic at all. It might be the format of that post, whether it's the music you used, the shortness of the reel, the length of the reel. Maybe the people liked it longer and more information. It might be a carousel. It might be a 1-slide infographic. But 2 things you can draw from the posts that are doing really well and then remix them is the format of the post and the info or the topic. If it's the topic, all you need to do is do another reel or another post remixing or answering different questions about that topic because you know it already hits. Okay, just make sure you have a good hook there. The other one is the format. Do that with all the other posts that you have, just a different format. Okay, so it's just about getting on there daily, getting on there, having that accountability, and getting your face in front of your audience. Okay, and obviously you want to do that with good content, and that's why you're listening to this video. And then there's the easy way of just repurposing those videos. So, you know, sometimes if I don't have time to edit a reel or make a social media post on a given day, but I know I want to get something up there, I'll scroll back a year into my social media post. It's not the most efficient. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll just literally remix that reel. As in, like, I'll just repost that reel. And often the ones that did well 2 years ago do well today. And that's because you had the equation there. You fulfill the equation for the algorithm. Okay, and it is funny how that works because, you know, sometimes we think it's by chance a reel blows up or does really well. It's not. It's because you had the ingredients there. You had the hook, the value, and the CTA, the call to action. But again, that's all information for another day. Okay, so number 5, just 2 more, guys. Number 5 is to engage with your audience through polls and question boxes. And I'm going to go about this a little bit different. So I see a lot of coaches, and I used to do this a lot, where I just post a photo of me in a story. Hey guys, ask me any question. And it's a question box, right? Doesn't do great. Now, some people, you know, do a lot better than others. In my experience, that doesn't do too well. But if you come forth and you're very honest, okay, and then there's actually, real quick, make sure your story is empty for 12 to 24 hours, and then post a photo. You should be in it, and the question box. And instead of saying, hey, ask me anything, say this. Hey guys, I'm working all day to generate engaging and informative posts. You don't have to word it the exact same, but I'm struggling to come up with new ideas. What do you want to hear about? And what this does is it shows them that you truly care about giving them value. You're not just trying to get on the feed every day. which you're kind of trying to do, but you're trying to give them value that they can actually learn from. And people will engage with this. You're being vulnerable. People always vibe towards vulnerability. So, hey guys, I'm really struggling to come up with new ideas. Give me something. What do you want to hear about? What is something that you want answered? And you'll get a bunch. And then basically you just take those and you, with the question box, and you reformat that into a post. Now with the polls, you can say, hey, do you like intermittent fasting, right? We're always using this example for the video. And then you could post that. You could literally take a screenshot of the poll results and then make a reel about it, right? And that shows people that, hey, people are interacting with your story, people wanted this, and it kind of creates just engaging content. Okay, number 6 is kind of building on this. So if anyone knows Ben Carpenter, you should. He's a really good influencer in this field of nutrition and health and fitness. And so what he does is he doesn't really have any special editors. He doesn't have a video editor. So for any starting coaches who are new to social media and you think you need to hire a video editor, you absolutely do not. Okay, Ben Carpenter has over 300,000 followers. I think he even is close to 500,000 right now. And he never has a video editor. Well, he might, but they're very basically edited. It's just a clip of him cut up. And basically he starts every clip with a screenshot of a comment he got on one of his videos or a message he got. And what this does is, I don't know, it just has this effect on your audience because they feel like someone else in the audience asked this question. And it shows, number one, it shows credibility that people are actually commenting on your post and asking you questions. And then number 2, people see, oh, someone else had this question. I had this question, so I'm not dumb for having this question. I want to hear the answer. You follow? Does that make sense? Okay, so let's go through them real quick to summarize. Number 1 is client questions. So direct questions you get in your interactions with your clients. Am I blurry here? I think it's like blurring out my face with the mic. Anyway, number 2 is social hack from other coaches in the area. Number 3 is use online tools like Answer the Public or SEMrush. Number 4 is repurpose and review old posts that did well and then remix them. Remember, we have our 2 avenues, whether it's the topic itself or the format of the post. Number 5 is engage with audience using polls and question boxes. And then number 6 is leverage comments, screenshot them and make videos based on those. Okay, so all of this information is expanded upon in the article. The link is in the description here. So make sure you check that out and make sure you hit that subscribe button. New videos coming, multiple a week with tons of tips for you guys. And as I always like to sign off these, keep doing what you're doing. Even if you have 2 followers, you're helping the world. You're helping people better themselves, become healthier versions of themselves, live longer. And I'm just privileged that I can help you do that. Thank you guys.